and I smell like old shoes. I could never sleep over when I had sex. I always had to leave that night. I'm an inbred crack baby retard. Big old retard I am. Smart Jen. Yeah, the boys liked her.
The boys will like her when she's with us at Dave & Buster's on Thursday night, August 12th.
We got to come up with a big stunt for Crazy Jen to do. Nothing like her, Fez. Crazy Jen Watley, that's the girl.
She's just Crazy Jen. There's no Watley there.
Yeah, that's her new stage name.
Well, she needs to stop it. She's done. She tried to eat hard-boiled eggs. That didn't work out for her. Chinese water torture, not a big success.
That's what the breakdowns that we're playing now.
And drinking the gallon of milk, she couldn't pull that off.
So close.
So
I think this time she's going to do it, though.
So come see her fail August 12th, no matter what it is.
Fezzi, I had an opportunity to see a yet another documentary over the weekend. It's the Riding Giants, and it's about surfers riding giant waves, and it's basically like a history of all the big wave surfers. And I got to say, 2 thumbs up. Although there's never been a surfing documentary that I didn't love. You've never seen anything like Laird Hamilton catching one of these gigantic waves that are 7, 8 stories high. And there was one in Tahiti that he caught that looked like he was being, like an ant shot out of a cannon. It was so gigantic, and this little thing just comes whipping out of there.
See, how can you get tired of that? You can see every surf documentary, see giant waves, and it's still cool to look at.
Yes, it is.
There's no, Laird Hamilton, that stuff's great.
Also, this other guy was riding waves in Northern California, up past where anybody ever goes in the water, and it's almost like a half a mile out. You've got to paddle to catch these huge waves that break on these gigantic rocks. He starts catching it in like 1979 or something when he was in high school. He's trying to tell people he surfed this spot alone for 15 years before anybody else ever came out to even so much as check it out. It shows up in a surf magazine. And then big wave surfers come. That's the spot that Mark Fu was killed at. So here this kid for 15 years is surfing a spot by himself. It was just incredible.
Well, it seems like with the surfing, they're always going to find another crazy place on the earth to get bigger or more dangerous waves.
Well, I don't know whether we're going to find any more places, but you're still going to occasionally have those 100-year storms, whatever they happen to be, and those guys will come out where all of a sudden places that normally have one certain size surf will have these gigantic waves. Like when a hurricane comes in, it's always the weirdest thing. As people are heading out and leaving, this big wave surfers are heading in that direction just to catch one of these things.
I saw some Bethany Hamilton stuff over the weekend where she was getting she was number 1 on a courage countdown.
Yeah.
For surfing after getting that shark attack with her one arm.
She's just not winning, though, anymore. 866-277-4969. 866-277-4969. Matter of fact, 60 Minutes did a great piece on Laird Hamilton. That's the big wave surfer, who I believe is our greatest American athlete, and I take him far and beyond that bicycle rider.
Lance?
Here's Gary. Gary, you're on Fez.
Hey, probably at that same theater, have you seen either The Door on the Floor or that one with Robert Redford and Defoe?
Yeah, that one is called, I don't know, The Clearing or something like that?
Did you see that?
Yeah, no, I didn't see that. And Door on the Floor, I didn't see it. I kind of...
Hey, I saw it. It's good. I didn't think I'd like it, but because I'm not a real big Jeff Bridges fan, but you'll like it.
He happens to be a very good friend of mine. But when I was leaving my thing, No, that's Jeff Bridges. He's a great singer, too.
Oh.
When I was leaving my movie, I heard old ladies complaining about Door on the Floor. What did it mean? I have no idea what they were even talking about.
Oh, that's so funny. We had two seniors in front of us, and they were explaining the movie to each other. And there's a lot of nudity in it, particularly Mimi Rogers.
Yeah.
Which is a little strange because I don't know if she wants to do that anymore.
Yeah, she's kind of past the age where you expect it.
Well, let me put it this way. It was full frontal there, big guy, because she was being drawn by, and it's kind of a shock, and it kind of took them aback, you know. Yeah,
well, you know what's really weird? A lot of the independent theaters, you go there, and for whatever reason, it's senior citizens who watch those films.
If you've been to the same theater, I think we're talking about that.
The Cinema at the Arts or whatever?
Yeah, that is Senior Citizenville, my friend.
Yeah, it's a senior citizens mall, and the beauty of it is it's really the old mall, but then they got these old theaters that instead of running dollar movies or whatever, they run these like little French foreign films or the kind of documentaries that don't play at the big places.
But I can't help it. I got to go back there. I love the seats and I love the movies.
I'm a huge fan of that place. I hit that place more than I even hit the AMC.
Yeah, my wife and I do too now. We're probably there just about once a week. But man, you're crawling over those seniors in line.
Yeah. I wonder if they have like a season pass or something, like a summer movie pass, and they're just going to go see whatever's there.
No, they don't sell passes like that. But if you are an adult in this country, you really can't go, oh, Spider-Man is out this week, and then next week it's the next, cartoon movie. It's really hard for people who don't like big explosion, action, stupid summer films to be able to go to an AMC theater anymore.
And we've lived in a lot of cities around the country.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to find those places if you're not in New York or something like that.
You know what? I mean, the weirdest thing for me moving to New York to here was like, man, I'm really going to miss foreign films. I'm really going to miss the little indie films. So this place, I'll put up with any kind of weird odor or leak in the ceiling that I have to put up with because I can't believe that I have this thing in driving distance.
Let me ask you, because I've lived around the country. Did you like this area?
Yeah, it's a nice area.
You could you take it or leave it, or I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the problem with the suburbs is wherever you are in the country, in the suburbs, you're still in the suburbs.
Right, yeah, it's the same, right.
But if you happen to live in a Chicago, a San Francisco, a New York, you're starting to get different, things. But if you live outside Chicago, outside Baltimore, outside D.C., you might as well be outside Phoenix or outside Des Moines. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, if you're in the suburbs of Cleveland, other than the weather, you don't know where you are.
Yeah, that's exactly the truth. And I mean, if you drive down whatever strip it is at every, and people go, oh, you're going to love it here, and they tell you what restaurants are in the area. They're in the same as if you lived outside Cleveland or outside St. Louis or Phoenix. It doesn't matter anymore.
You mean the Great Macaroni Grill?
Yeah, the Macaroni Grill and
we got
Fridays and
Macaroni Grill. Yeah, I know. There's one in Cleveland.
And that Chinese restaurant that's up the street now. They have one at the P. King's or whatever. What is it, Dubs?
P.F. Chang.
P.F. Chang, yeah. Thank you very much, Gary. Everywhere you go in the country pretty much has the same things.
That works for me in my regiment, where I like the same things over and over again.
You don't even go to any of those restaurants. I know you. You'll go to the fast food before you go to those places.
But it's a nice backdrop. It's a nice familial backdrop to drive by.
Yeah, but you don't think it's something sad now that's happened to the country? That it doesn't matter where you are in the country, you're going to be staying at the Hamptons Inn, right across the street from the big Walmart, right down the street from the Burger King. It's taken away, the gentrification has taken away the unique experience of going anywhere. Why go on vacation now if it's going to look exactly like where you are at the time?
Well, it steals personality, too. Like if you're, whatever area you're in.
That's what I'm talking about, that you don't really, when you're living in Louisiana, that should be the feeling and the food there. If you're in Mississippi, that should be the feeling and the food. If you're in Virginia or upstate New York. But now, wherever you go, you're in the suburbs. That's where you are. That's what you're dealing with.
And it's amazing how fast they can get built up. It's just overnight.
Because the buildings don't have anything to them. They're not interesting architecture. They're just thrown up. There's nothing you can do about it.
I know in my hometown, Pinellas Park, Florida, they're very excited. The Super Target is coming in.
Yeah. So you were joking when you said that's a good thing, that you like that type of thing wherever you go? Or
Well, I like repetition. You know me. So
yeah, but why can't you just have, excuse me, the reputation for the one place? Why would you want the entire country to suddenly look like one big mall? That's what we've turned into. One sprawling mall from the East Coast to the West Coast. And there's something incredibly sad about that. There's something incredibly sad of the whole entire country looking exactly the same.
It's weird with even the evolution of that, because now it's like big malls are kind of out, and what they'll do is they'll take the space that those malls are on, knock them down, and put in, big national chain stores, but they're not all connected. Now it's all freestanding buildings, but they will put in a Target and a Home Depot. And
it's still a mall, bro, even whether there's a roof over the top of it or not. You're in a mall. When you're driving down the road here and you see those same exact stores, the street has now become a mall. And there's no character to it at all anymore. And I know it's more comfortable, but we've taken comfort and we've given up uniqueness, we've given up character, and we've given it up gladly. That's the odd thing about it. We've given it up gladly. We accept the Pizza Hut because we turned our back on that little Italian couple with the accent who would make fantastic pizza, but they wouldn't have it done in 8 minutes. So we pushed them aside, and we have the same bland pizza from one end of the country to the other.
It's interesting. The Walmart is running commercials now, and it's not about what they sell or their cheap prices or anything. They're running a lot of commercials where it's like how a Walmart has come into our community and helped us and saved this town and things like that, where they have the mayor talking about it.
It used to be the exact opposite. They used to say if Walmart comes into this community, it's destroyed the town. What they've done is taken the same kind of fair and balanced Fox spin, or your president saying, I'm going to be the peacetime president when we're at war, and we're going to stay at war. And you take the complaints against you, and through marketing, say just the opposite, and no one battles with it anymore. No one has a complaint about it.
Well, it just seemed really weird that that's what they're advertising, that we're not destroying towns. It just kind of sounded like the Halliburton ads.
Because if you say it enough, people will believe you, and people will repeat it. And that's the end of the argument. Whoever gets the most advertising out there wins. We're back tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, Fez.
And remember that it's going to be August 12th, Thursday night, when we are broadcasting live from Dave & Buster's at the White Flint Mall in Bethesda.
Take care of yourselves. We'll see you tomorrow.